He might just go for a dive here. He's posing it at least.
Still has that magnetize.
Okay, he's just running straight into the tower.
Yeah, that's a sign of aggression.
Well, you could say that.
Just take some tower shot. This is the handicap you have to work with, you know? Like, I can take hits from the tower, you can't.
He was not making his intentions unknown there. Everybody knew what was happening. It was not trying to surprise gang them. He was literally running at a straight line through the tower, but...
In the end, Wisdom Runes are traded, as was intended by Gaben. We haven't really talked about Lornoff on this mid Timber Saw. What do you think about this hero in this particular game?
Pretty... I think the Eternal Shroud that the panel was talking about is very important. I think he's not that strong right now because of the overwhelming amount of...
drinking buddies, and there's the Spectre, first ult of the game. K1 in a lot of trouble, but here comes the Mars Arena, but no, the Troll does side jump on the outskirts, but look at the damage, all under this tier 1 tower. 23 Savage ticking away, although Analog doesn't have a whole lot of mana to work with, so they get the Tusk, they'll get the Darkseer, and these heroes are dropping like flies, although the Scatter Blast is avoided. 23 Savage gonna be able to dodge another roll.
He has no escape plan though, no TP.
He could try to deny himself to the creeps. It's gonna be
He's
spotted now.
For it. Did he magnetize nothing?
I'm not sure.
I didn't see the magnetize. I was like, they're all gonna
Spectral Dagger into the trees. He spotted it at the last moment. Sunray tickling him. As K1 dies to Lornoff. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a moment. 23 Savage. So he dies, respawns, and then dies. He's 0-3 right now, but he's still top net worth.
I mean, they're putting so much emphasis on trying to shut him down in this game. They've brought so many heroes. And this bottom move, honestly, yeah, they kill him, but...
Is it working? Look at the network.
No, not really. And that trade was flat out not good. If Analog had got a good magnetize on the 4 heroes in the tower, they would have all died on the spot. And I think K1, as a result, would actually not have died in mid, because then they would have moved their heroes differently. But instead, they do this 3-man chase for, I want to say, almost a full minute. They were running after that Spectre. And that meant that Troll went mid and got killed off by, I believe it was Tusk and Timber. So, led to somewhat of a trade, I suppose. Oh, KJ does have Supernova.
He does have Supernova inside the egg. Nice spear. Can they save the egg? It's going to be close. A big reveal comes out, and the egg does activate. Lornoff and company in a lot of trouble. He dies at 23 Savage. Another death to his name. And Heroic basically taking out where they left off from that last game. And they have definitely had the momentum on their side.
I'm going to go ahead and say that was not so good.
Yeah.
For Aurora.
I mean, it just shows the level advantage. I mean, the fact that KJ is level 6 and Jabs is level 5.
Yeah, the level 5 Darkseer is actually a major concern.
I mean, Q on Tusk is a higher level than Jabs right now. That's crazy.
Darkseer is a hero that uses levels incredibly well. And it makes a very big difference whether you hit level, let's say whether you're level 9 or level 11. Because the extra points in either Vacuum or Surge are extremely valuable compared to... There's a lot of other... Let's say there's a lot of offlane heroes where it's like the third skill maybe isn't that important. Like Mars, right? Having an extra point in Bulwark or an extra point in Attribute bonus or whatever, it's like, you know, it's okay. On Darkseer, every skill point is massive, and you really want to hit that high level. Being level 6 min at 10:30 is not par for the course.
A little drive-by Ice Shard, I guess. Man, nobody's afraid in this game, even though they probably should be at times. But let's get back to the Spectre, because this is the unusual hero of the game. With the Shadow Step, the facet actually that applies the Spectral Dagger is what he chose this game.
Yep.
What's the build? I guess we can see he's going for Blade Mail Radiance. It's not going to be like one of these weird Orchid type builds.
No, I think that ship has already sailed. If he wanted to go for that, he needed a better early game. So I think this is fine. Blade Mail is very good against the Radiant lineup. There's tons of uncontrollable damage. Troll does AoE damage, Snapfire does AoE damage, Earth Spirit, Phoenix even, and it also helps you farm. It's a farming item for Spectre because you jungle faster. This is one of this hero's biggest weaknesses, is compared to a lot of other carries that clear the jungle fast, Spectre is quite slow. If she could somehow match the farming speed of some of the popular tier 1 carry heroes, this hero would be picked a lot, but it has weak laning and low speed, so not exactly the cocktail you're looking for in this patch on your carry. But yeah, Blade Mail is one way to try to cover it. Radiance obviously helps even further with your farming speed, and it makes you a lot tankier in the fights. Against the troll in particular, of course. But yeah, the concern here is that Spectre
by Llama, Arena towards that top rune area. Analog comes in with a big magnetize onto several heroes. Disruption to keep Lorinov safe, but Analog is the one taking the brunt of the damage despite having the Blade Mail. He is the first to fall. Jabs gets clipped by the Scatter Blast as the egg does go off in the background.
That was a very defensive Supernova from KJ. I think if he dove into the entire enemy team and popped in on top of them, that could have been a couple of kills.